Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Um, so I know that I said that there's a vlog coming um, on like the 21st, and that was totally the plan. But the kind of getting sick. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm like a little bit congested right now, but it was totally planned to bring the vlog um, on the 21st. But holy shit, like the amount of stuff that needed to be done to this place, as you guys can see, is new place. The amount of work that needed to be done, and as far as organizing, putting stuff together, decorating, like all of this stuff, like there was a lot that needed to be done. That honestly, I didn't have 5 minutes to pick up a camera and record anything in the process. Honestly, um, so it's just kind of it's just been kind of crazy this whole time trying to put stuff together. Like a few minutes here and there that like I would sit down and I would chill. I just didn't want to do anything, guys. I really didn't. It was just kind of crazy. Um, but it's practically done. I mean, there's still some like odds and ends that need to be put away, and boxes that need to be broken down. But as it stands, everything is pretty much put together. So it's a smaller place. It's a much smaller place, but I'm going to be honest. I'm actually really happy with it. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I'm very happy with how it looks. I'm gonna need something in front of me because I can hear kind of like that the kickback of the audio. Hopefully the microphone's doing its job and not picking up on it. So you know the move is done. I'm in the new place. Sitting here enjoying some morning coffee. At least 6 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording this. Um, One thing I kind of realized setting this place up was, it just felt odd. Like the first night, like I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't, like, I just wasn't feeling it. I think I slept like a total like 2 3 hours. And next day, it was like, all right, like couldn't figure out where to kind of start. Excuse me. Couldn't figure out where to start because I was like, all right, do I want to set up the office area first? Do I want to set up the bedroom first? Like, what do I want to set up, right? And what it came down to is actually setting up the bedroom area first and setting up the altar. So, like, the bedroom kind of is now doing double duty. It's kind of like it's the bedroom and ritual area. I do very much like how it's come out and how it looks and stuff like that. Like, I'm very pleased with it. Um, so, it's got an amazing fucking vibe, the bedroom and everything. So I'm happy with that. And so essentially the way that this place is set up is it's a one bedroom, and it has kind of like your kitchen, and then it's essentially set up like any other normal apartment would be. Like if you have a one bedroom, a kitchen area, and then kind of like it's big enough where it kind of breaks up into kind of like living room, dining room, right? So essentially what I'm doing here is there's the kitchen area, which is over here, big empty space, and there's a desk, space, balcony. So I kind of put the dining area behind me. Kind of see that white. There's like a table there and for eating and sitting down and chilling out and whatnot. Um, and instead of having kind of like a living room area out here, I'm gonna end up putting out my workout bench and stuff like that over here near this corner. Once those boxes are gone, I'm gonna kind of reassemble my workout bench, and that's going to live. The bedroom is kind of doing triple duty, kind of like it's the bedroom, the ritual area, the lounge area, things like that. Because I mean, because of how small the space is, this isn't a space where I'm going to be inviting people over, right? It's not a place necessarily for friends and things like that. It's, you know, it's more of a sanctuary, right? Kind of like, yes, I'm going to do this work here. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to be recording content and what have you, but it's not going to be used like for like social gatherings, things like that, right? We're not having Thanksgiving dinner, you know, um, in this apartment. And I'm kind of appreciative of downsizing, right? Because it had gotten to a point where I had so much shit that I didn't know what to do with it. Like I had gotten to a point where it's like there was just so much shit that I didn't need that I completely just was like, I don't know what to do with all of this. Like, I don't know. Um, and so moving into a place like this kind of forces you to say, okay, what do I actually need and what don't I need? And so did that, and I threw away a lot of stuff that I simply just don't need, have no necessity in using. And being able to downsize like that, like it's there's a certain level of relief to it, right? Like kind of getting back to basics and focusing on what it is that you need to be focusing on. And what I'm going to be focusing on is now being here and not having the stress of needing to move, and just kind of like the bad energy that was just kind of like in that house, you know, just because of the history of it. Having this, new space, I definitely feel more motivated to make more content. And that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. And I think that, in part here, this definitely goes forward to like what I've been talking about for years about changes and finding balance, right? So like, the left-hand path has always taught us that we are responsible for the changes that we need to see or we want to see happen in our lives. Like if we want to go a different direction, then we need to go a different direction. And, that's what this is, right? This is that kind of final step in kind of saying, all right, we need to have a fresh go. And that's what we're doing, or that's what I'm doing is there's this fresh go, this fresh start that's happening, new space, all of this. And some people might see it as like, oh dude, like, you're going from this big old house to a tiny 1-bedroom apartment. I'm going to be completely and utterly honest. I am very happy with the change. Like I'm not upset, that this place is smaller. I'm grateful that it's smaller. It definitely, gives me more, kind of like, I suppose, control to a certain point, right? And this is definitely something that I've been looking to do for a long time. I just haven't been able to find the right spot. Now, normally I'm looking for like a 2-bedroom, stuff like that. And honestly, like trying to find someplace to go is tough. Like, and I don't care like where you are, like right where like here where I'm at, it's tough. In the States, it's tough. Apartments in the United States want you to be making like 3 times the amount like of what they're charging for rent, and they want like $2,000 a month. So they want to see that your finances, you're at least making $6,000 a month. So it's everywhere has got their vibe, right, where it's like, fuck man, well I can't move, I can't do this. There's these things that are stopping us, right, from doing the things that we want to be doing. And this is the say, right? There are always going to be, or at times always going to be, extenuating circumstances, which are going to kind of put like a roadblock in front of us for the changes that, we want to make. And just because in the first try or the first direction that you end up trying to go into to make a change and there's a roadblock doesn't mean that you stop trying. What that means is you need to try harder. And what we learn with that in the left-hand path, working with Baphomet, all of these things, what we learn about ourselves is, our, you know, I guess you could say kind of like, our constitution. Our constitution as human beings um, is, do you want it enough to make the change? So I mean, it's almost like a test. It's almost like kind of like the universe kind of throws a test out there. Now, I'm not saying that apartment owners in the United States asking for 3 times the rent, is due to the universe. No, that's greed, and I guess suppose the desire for stability, right? That you're going to be able to pay the rent on time. I'm not saying that that's inherently the universe, but you encountering that, in a change that you want to make, is something that is testing your constitution. It goes back to kind of like what I say quite a bit, like when it comes to, working with the demonic, working with the infernal, when you ask for something, you're not going to be given that thing. You're going to be given an opportunity to earn it or to learn that you've always had it. We've talked about this before. If you ask to be strong, you're just not going to just wake up the next day feel like you can lift a fucking car. You're going to be given an opportunity to be strong, for other people or something like that. And inside of that, you will learn that you are strong and you can be strong for yourself. You ask for patience. You're not going to be given patience. You're going to be given an opportunity to be patient. So that shows you that you already have that ability inherently inside of you. I think one of the reasons why, like if you look at it in the wrong perspective, I mean, you're definitely looking at a situation like where, like, well, you ask for patience and the infernal kind of puts you in a situation where you can be patient. You're like, well, fuck, man. Like, you're putting me into the situation. You're driving my patience. You're not giving me more patience. But you're going to be giving the opportunity to be patient, to learn that you have the ability to do that thing yourself. And this is the importance of the left-hand path. We are given opportunities to learn that we can do things on our own. And that is like probably one of the largest, most important kind of things, lessons that we're always going to learn on the left-hand path. We are not Christians. We are not bowing on our knees, putting our hands together and praying to a God and leaving it in his hands. We are asking for guidance and direction so we can make the changes happen that we want to happen in our lives. That is what we are doing. That is our calling, so to speak, is when we need the guidance, when we need to understand better and more fully, how it is that we need to be doing the things that we want to do, not why, but how. The why that's for you, right? The question why is that's, why you want to do something, right? So when you understand, why you want to do something, but you're not 100% sure on how to do it, and that's when we light the candles, light the incense, play the music, say the mantra, call the names, and wait for that voice to echo in our heads, to tell us, or guide us kind of down that path and direction that we want to be going into. And that's very much what this is, right? This is a reset, so to speak, for me. And I couldn't be happier with this particular position. So, I'm very, very pleased with where this is at. So, I'm overall just, happy with everything. My overthinking brain is obviously kind of throwing things out there and kind of like creating kind of like, points of fear. And that is, I think normal to a certain degree when something new, right? You're cutting away old ties and things like that. And so, when something new, starts to happen, like your brain, like you're not 100% certain on the stability of the situation, right? So your brain kind of, you're an overthinker, you're automatically kind of sitting there going like, oh, well, shit, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? Well, I mean, yeah, A lot of things in life can happen, but that's going to happen wherever you are, whoever you're with. You know, those things are going to happen, right? There's always the potential of them happening. And if they do, if something bad does happen that didn't happen in another place or something like that, it is the universe and the infernal taking away other aspects that need to be away for you to advance, for you to move forward, for you to be able to do things, right? You know, for you to be able to kind of fully kind of embrace the next step or next level of your existence, you know. And so yeah, this is the new place. I will probably upload a short doing kind of like a tour, kind of like a very quick kind of tour of the place, just to kind of give you guys kind of like a rundown of what it looks like and whatnot. So it'll be a short though. But yeah, so this is the update video because we didn't do Apocrypha, didn't do Satan and Coffee. You know, my weekend has been completely insane, but now that everything is pretty much set up, I mean, there's some changes and stuff like that, some moving around that I kind of want to do in the week, kind of get into, you know, more comfortable position with how things are. But for time being, everything seems kosher for the most part. So yeah, that's it, guys. This is a rough off the cuff edit, just to upload and give you guys an update of how things are going. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, Witch Skills soft launch starts on the 30th. All right, so send an email to myself, Black Witch Dyra, or Mystic. Sorry, Mystic. Like, it took me a second to remember your name there, brother. My bad. And we will give you the info that you need to do that. If you want to just jump on and just sign up and wait for the email to say that everything's live, then just go to witchskills.com, click on courses, make a coursify.me account, and then kind of like register with Witch Skills on coursify.me. Like, that wouldn't be enrollment, but you'd be registered. We'd have your email, and then we can like activate you guys kind of like, you know, as you kind of come in and come through. Merch and other fun shit like that. Threadsforthedead.com, right? If you guys want some occult inspired merch, I'm definitely going to be buckling down. There's going to be a lot more designs coming out. I've got a bunch of ideas for merch that I want to do. Actually, like, as soon as I end this video, I edit it and I upload it, I'm actually going to start working on that. I've got some really cool ideas that I'm going to start cracking out on. And what else? Apocrypha, Saturday night, Satan and Coffee. On Sunday, Adversary of My Adversary, the podcast with Black Witch Dyer and myself will be starting next month. The last 2 weeks of next month, something like that. So that's probably going to be like a Wednesday thing. I don't know why. Wednesday just feels like a good day to have it, right? Right. So Wednesday just seems like a good day to kind of, you know, have the podcast, Black Witch Dyra and I. So, but I'll have to discuss that with her and make sure that Wednesday is a logical day. But I don't know, it just feels right. Also, spiritual services. If you guys are looking for divination, runestones, tarot, scrying. If you're looking for ritual services or just a spiritual consultation, atiusdade.com. And so just, you know, use atiusdade.com, go there, book yourself something, and yeah, we will do that. There's also a monthly on there, so you guys can pay monthly and kind of have access like once a month, like, you know, to me for that stuff, like if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Also, members, for members, hi guys, I haven't forgotten about you. Because I'm going to be making more content, there's definitely more member first content. Actually, this particular video is going to be member first, and then I'm going to be like probably like 2 days later, maybe the next day after, because I think people really want the update. Are going to have people are going to have full access to it, right? So it's going to be you guys first for like the first 24 hours, and then the next day I'm just going to make it live. So yeah, guys, that is it. Probably end up making a short real quick and give you guys kind of like a tour, kind of going through and, you know, how things are, you know, looking and set up and whatnot. So as always, right? Hail Baphomet, but most of all, hail thy fucking self. See you guys in the next one.